Hello everyone, welcome to Foreigner Farming in the Philippines. I wanted to show you a feeding. There's no way I can hold this big bucket full of feed and film at the same time. This is too dang heavy. These little black tilapia here, they are doing incredibly well. As it turns out, the holes in that net are too small. The holes in this cage are too small to hold in the starter feed, because the starter feed is smaller than those. So what I've been doing to help keep the feed in is just throw it in on top of that King Kong. And the King Kong acts like all those little stems in there act as barriers, and they hold the feed in place. They keep so much of it from being washed out. So this King Kong is a great benefit. Saves me from having to put another feeding guard all the way around this. These fish are doing good. These are the black tilapia here. There's some 4-inch fish in there now. The fish that escaped and are in the pond are doing well too. That's that. I don't know if you can hear them. You can probably hear them over there and see them. They come up to the side of this net, and that's where they eat. They eat the feed that comes out. And there's getting to be, you can see them there. Those guys are trying their best to hurry the production line along a little bit, trying to get some of this feed. Anyway, these black tilapia are doing really well. The tilapia that escaped into the pond are doing really well. I fed them a very small amount this morning, the last of the feed that we had. I fed them one of these buckets when we got home today about 12:30, and it's 4:30 now, so they've only been fed 3 times today rather than the 6 that I prefer. There's a lot of fish out there. We're going to have a good harvest. I believe that's 6 scoops. The guys in this cage are doing well now. They're really liking to be fed. The only cage that you don't see a lot of activity in when you feed is the last one we put in, because so many escaped. And I'm just going to take one little half scoop here. We're going to put the fry, the largest fry, the ones that are in that last holding tank, that last fry grow out tank, and put them in this box in about, I don't know, as soon as we can get to it. There are still quite a few fish left in there, but most of them are out in the pond now. Exactly where I didn't want them to be. So, I don't know. We might just have to end up lining this pond with the net as well. We'll see how it works over here first. When I finish this feeding, I'm going to go turn on the pump, the gas pump, and get a little bit more fresh water going through this. I think we're getting to the stage now to where they're eating so much that I think water has changed. Yeah, if not an issue, is going to become one. Now, I haven't brought the Sechi dish down here in a couple days. That's going to be tomorrow's project. But I'm going to nonetheless turn the gas pump on and run one tank of gas, which will be, I don't know, 3,000–4,000 gallons, which is, when you consider how many fish are in these ponds, or how much water is in these ponds, is not much, but it's something, and it will help. It will help just that much to keep the water fresh. And I'm especially leery of it now because there's a lot of large fish out there. Just a lot of fish, period. And a lot of them are good sized. So, many large fish eat a lot. And if they eat a lot, what else do? They poop a lot. And thousands and thousands and thousands of fish crapping in this water constantly. Yeah, water clarity is an issue. Don't have any problem at all getting them to eat now. 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, getting them to eat was a problem because I just wasn't up to speed on the water exchange, how necessary it was. So one more scoop back to this crew up there. And I'm going to feed them 4 times tomorrow. Yeah, they've cleaned out all that I threw in there. Yeah, see, those guys are still hungry. I think I threw 11 scoops in here. Well, down here I'm going to fire up the pump. So where Nerio was standing over there is the same level as this water. And it's about 3 feet lower than the rice field. So I'm thinking that where Nerio was standing is probably going to have a foot of water in it in the morning. Plenty of Azolla. That Azolla I threw up in the pond disappeared. The Azolla I threw up there a month, 6 weeks ago, I don't know. it disappeared. Either the fish ate it or it died. I don't know. But I'm gonna fire this up. It hasn't been started in a couple months. So here's hoping. That's pretty amazing, actually. I wasn't liking that rod noise when it first started, but that it would just fire right up is pretty amazing. First pull, no choke, no nothing. The question is it pumping? And I can see that it is. All right. I only put about a half a tank in it. That was 100 pesos worth. It's about a fourth of this bottle. So just want to make sure that the guys haven't, well, actually they have, saying I wanted to make sure they hadn't put a lot of stuff on top of this line. It's just empty sacks, so that's no big deal. And I don't see any leaks here, so I'm going to go up and check it out. I've just got that pump idling along. It will, at that rate, it will run out of gas before the well runs out of water. And you can see that's a fair amount of water coming in. I brought this blue pipe down in the hope that I could get a little bit more circulation, water exchange in this pond. It's all pretty much the same thing, but the water going in right here just basically goes in a straight line down to the drain. So I at least wanted it to, I just wanted to see if it would fit on this blue pipe so that we could at least, that blue pipe comes out right there, so that it would at least run back through this way and do a little bit more of a water exchange. So I'm going to see if I can get it to fit inside that blue pipe or outside of it, one way or the other. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. It just fit right inside that pipe, and seems to be coming out just fine. And it's actually adding a little aeration because it's not actually a tight fit. So there's a little bit of venturi action here. It might be a tight fit if I monkeyed with it a little bit. I think that's just fine. I think that's perfect. So at least the water will come out there and go around this way and then into the drain over there rather than just going straight here and straight out. So it'll move around some of this water in here as well. Pleased as punch. I'm gonna get my foot washed off a little here. Yeah, I just fed these fish. Just fed them. And they're still hungry. And that was a big bucket. I've been feeding them 4 of the next size smaller buckets, 5 even some days. But it's looking like I'm going to have to go to 4 or 5 of the big buckets every day. And I can get about 3 of those buckets per sack of feed. So they're going through a sack and a half of feed a day now. Which is, I don't know, 40 kilos, let's say. So they're eating. There's some fish in there. Come on, harvest. Alright, well, everything is running here pretty dang smooth. It'll probably take it a while before any more water than that comes out. But there's water from both the wells being pumped into it, so the water goes in, the water goes out. And so far, the water has just been like collecting around the well and like maybe 8 feet away from the well going down that way. It hasn't actually run down through the rice fields yet. Not enough water to keep the rice fields totally wet. But I would imagine if I ran that pump, if I ran that much gas through that pump every day, it might just start to creep on down through those rice fields. And I don't care if it does, that's neither here nor there. It'll just be adding nutrition into the soil. Just so long as it doesn't run down and off. Might have to put the dam in, but so far so good. Alrighty, thank you everyone. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.